Just look at this beautiful plant on my laps. Look at these happy buzzing bees all over it. This is sedum, and now in the middle of fall, sedum is the king of season. So today in this video I'm going to talk about beautiful potted plants for busy moms. So the only two requirements sedum has for you will be sedum flourishes in sun. But if you don't have sunny conditions, sedum will take partial shade. It wouldn't be as beautiful and as full of flowers, but it will still be feeling all right in partial shade. Another requirement, and the only one which I can think sedum has, is it has to have a good drainage. Sedum will die if you put it in waterlogged conditions. So look at my pot. This pot was just an average tin pot I had in the house. So I put 2 holes underneath and I actually rescued the sedum, which was struggling in a deep shade in my garden among all other perennials in the front of my house, and it was not doing very well. So I planted it into this pot last fall, and look how nicely it overwintered in this pot through all winter. And it came better and better in spring. So if you want, the rule is, if you want a plant to overwinter in the pot outside in your area, you look for the plant which is hardy at least 2 zones to your zone. So sedum is hardy to zone 3, majority of sedums. There are some sedums which are not, so you have to shop accordingly if you want your sedums to overwinter in the outside in the pot in the winter. So you look for the sedum which is called hardy. This sedum is hardy to zone 3, and since I garden in zone 7, this sedum overwintered all right. So busy moms, I'm a mom of 3 kids, so I really don't have a lot of time to go around and water my plants every day. So what I do, decorate a lot, especially the front of my garden, with sedums. And if I don't water them, they are fine. If I let them be in the winter in the same pots, they're fine. There is one pot which we had since we bought the house. It's a sedum autumn joy. And that sedum literally lives in that pot with me doing nothing. I just throw a little fertilizer in spring and I water it occasionally. And that sedum is doing just fine. It's not as big as other sedums I have here in the back porch, because here what I did with these autumn joy sedums here, I fertilized them this year and they took it majestically well. I will show you the video of summer sedums, the video from summer I have. I always knew that sedums don't need to be fertilized, and look at this sedum. This poor autumn fire sedum doesn't look very well. He's going to be replanted because he didn't take fertilization very well. But autumn joy for me just did magnificently with fertilization. But generally, sedum doesn't want to be fertilized, doesn't want to be watered very well, doesn't want to be pampered, and in the fall it will delight us with beautiful blooms. Now, there are different blooms ranging from white to burgundy to pinks to yellows, but I consider this sedum, this is creeping blue sedum, is a very charming thing. I wouldn't recommend to plant it somewhere among perennials in the border because it demands a little front attention, let's put it this way. So where I put this sedum, I put it in the front just when guests are coming into our house, and very often when I open the door, I see my guests looking at this sedum now because it's such a oh, there is a bumblebee. Because this plant is such a great attention getter. It demands attention at this time of the year. So what I do when this sedum starts to kind of fade away, when the first frost comes, I give it a haircut and I leave it like this in winter, and sometimes when in the coldest days of winter, when I pass by and I look, it's all solid frozen. This is just one big block of ice. And I always wonder, oh gosh, how are these roots able to survive in such conditions? But miraculously, sedum comes back year after year. So if you are a busy mom or a busy person who has no time to have a wonderful garden, but still would like to have a garden, this is what you do. You study the family of sedums. And this family is big. There are probably, I think, 400 or 500 different varieties. And of course, not all of them are represented in the trade. The most popular ones, probably the 10 the most popular ones you can find easily. This one very easily. I bought it many, many years ago from Home Depot. And look at this, beautiful, charming thing. Now, in case a toy or a ball end up on your sedum, like look at this sedum, you see this dead stem here? I have a feeling something happened here. I have a feeling a ball ended up on this sedum. And look, I want to show you how to propagate sedum. You see what happened? I didn't notice that this stem got so dead. It's not blossoming. Oh, this one is, oh gosh, this one is dead too. All right. So look at this. You see here what happens here? Sedum starts to create little baby plants here, and when you turn it around, you will see that there are little roots here. Oh, there is a little happy ant. So if I tuck these little roots into the ground and I will make a contact with the ground, these guys will start growing. I'm not sure if this sedum would be able to grow in the fall, because sedum usually is propagated in summer and in spring. This way sedum has time to develop the root system. But I will try. I will cut it in little sections and I will put it into my propagation, oh gosh, bumblebees, into my propagation space there. This way, we'll see, maybe the sedum will spruce up and will have time to adjust to winter conditions. We will see, but these little stems are gone. Let me see if something else here is gone. No, this sedum is good. Sedum can be a great companion to all sorts of walls and rocks and all sorts of rock formations. If I would have this beautiful, wonderful rock wall, I would use it with the tucking in and out all sorts of little sedums in all sorts of different crevices. But I don't have that wall, so I have to grow sedum in pots. And I think it's a delightful way to grow sedums and enjoy them. Because you can move pots around, and if this sedum is stopping blooming, then you can change pots for something else. And this sedum is kind of late bloomer. As you can see, my autumn joy is finished blooming, and it has very kind of mustard looking flower heads. But this sedum just came into this glorious, beautiful beauty, and the color will start to become darker, more burgundy, but still a lot of bees will be here to zoom around. Wonderful little thing, isn't it? So these are sedums, the best plants to grow, and there are so many to choose from. So you're welcome to look into this wonderful family of plants and choose the one which you like. So happy gardening, and I will see you next time.